in Raymond, New Hampshire, with News Nation's Kellie Meyer, who is there today as the voters head to the polls. What have you been seeing? What have you been hearing out of the trail today, Kellie?
Yeah, a constant stream of voters going in and out of this middle school here in Raymond, New Hampshire, Connell. And it really was a mixed bag when we were talking with folks. One woman saying that she voted for Trump in 16 and 20. Now she's voting for Haley. Another man saying that he just made his mind up when he went in there. He had initially donated to Haley's campaign, but said, I went for Donald Trump in the end because he's the only one. And we've been talking about that. That's the message I keep hearing from Trump supporters, is that he's the only one that can take on Joe Biden and get the country back to where they say it was before. And we also just caught up with South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, who's been really the talk of the weekend as he endorsed former President Donald Trump on Friday. We were talking endorsements and engagements. He also got engaged this weekend. Now he's back here campaigning for Trump. He was on the stage with him last night and here at this polling location today. And we were talking to him about this enthusiasm he has for the former president, more so, I said, than what we saw from him on his own presidential debate stage. And as well as kind of taking on Nikki Haley, someone that appointed him to his Senate seat, and now he's going for former President Donald Trump. We talked about all of that. I want to play a little bit of our interview for you here.
Bottom line is that his supporters are enthusiastic. If you listen to them, from young 16, 17-year-olds to folks who are in their 80s, this nation wants it hungers for some constant projections of a better future. And that trajectory happens with President Trump in office.
And I also asked him if this is a kind of VP audition, him being out here today. And he said, no, he just loves his country and he wants to see former President Donald Trump back in the White House.
All right. That's the non-answer answer you suspect from someone who might be in that position. But he did say, an interesting thing there, Kellie, about the enthusiasm we've seen from Trump supporters. We saw it in Iowa. We've seen it so far in New Hampshire. What are you picking up there from the campaign in terms of confidence level before the results come out tonight?
Yeah, very confident. I mean, so much so, as we were talking yesterday at Don Jr.'s event, saying that this is basically over. They're already looking ahead, of course, to South Carolina, but beyond. They're really saying that, today it's going to end. One more is going to drop out with Nikki Haley. And then they're saying that they're just going to go right to taking on Joe Biden. And he's going to be dropping out in November, is what former President Trump said on stage last night. So they are feeling very confident going into today. But it's interesting because we've been in this somewhat of a Trump bubble because we've been covering Trump throughout the whole weekend and in Iowa and really over the last year. So we've been hearing from his supporters that enthusiasm. But, there's a question. There's a lot of independents and other voters coming out here today for Haley, saying they don't want to see the chaos that follows former President Trump. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm very curious to see what happens here in a state like New Hampshire here tonight. But I will say that former President Trump did stop by a polling location not too long ago to meet with supporters. And again, that enthusiasm was there. We could play a little bit of what he had to say.
If they want a great country, if they want a country where we say, make America great again, there's nothing like it. Make America great again. That's all you have to say. We are making America great.
So that enthusiasm follows him. So the message really here is, they like Nikki Haley, they respect her, but does she have that Trump MAGA movement, MAGA machine momentum that we've been seeing all weekend long and across Iowa and now New Hampshire? So that will all be put to the test tonight. We'll see what happens.
Yep, she'll need it from the anti-Trump independent voters, especially, as you point out. Kellie Meyer there live with the voters in New Hampshire. Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.